Hey friends, my name is Lynn and I'm really excited about this because I think I just discovered something. Maybe I'm not the first to discover it, but this is definitely a new discovery for me at least. And I just figured out how to make my own foiled washi. So, is that not cool? Okay, so here's what got me thinking about it. I was playing with the December glimmer plate, and I, as I'm thinking about my flip videos, I kind of noodle on ideas in my head before I even start crafting, and I was noodling on the idea of, well, what if I was able to foil a panel, mask off a piece of it, but actually be able to use what gets masked here. So if I just used washi, then sure, but will it stick? Will I be able to remove it? Will I be able to use it? I don't want to just mask it off just to toss it. I wanted to mask it off in a way that I could still use it. And initially I was thinking, yeah, why not just use some washi? Why not just use maybe I even thought about using Scotch removable tape, but I figured those things might not be heat proof for one, because we do have to pass this through the glimmer, and second, they kind of like washi tape already has a design to it, and Scotch tape isn't crystal clear. So that led me down the path of finding a heat-proof tape. So that's what I've got there. And what I'm gonna do is get a plate. I'm using a Better Press plate. This is actually last month's Glimmer or Better Press of the month. And now what's important, there's two key ingredients. One is this clear heat-resistant tape. And if you've done any kind of sublimation, you'll know that it's heat resistant to like over 400 degrees, so it's going to be able to handle this just fine. And it is designed so that you can peel it off. Now, generally, you're peeling it off of a polyester substrate, because that's what sublimation works best on. And so when I first tried this, I put the tape onto just plain cardstock and it peeled off just fine. However, what I came to realize was that once it gets heated, it does help the adhesive bond a little bit better. So when I tried to peel it off the cardstock, it didn't work so great. So what I'm going to do is, now this is going to be a really tough one because I'm going to try to get this line of snowmen onto this tape. It might not work because it's kind of hard to position these things sometimes, but I'll just try. So I took my clear tape, I put a strip of it all the way across, but I left some so that I can wrap it around to the back. And that way I can more easily peel that away after it's been glimmered. So what I'm aiming to do is I'm going to try to position this line right on that line there. So I can sort of see 1, 2, it's on the third line is the bottom. Now, I don't know if it's at all possible to get this tape in wider strips than what I have, so that you can actually glimmer a wider section. That would be really awesome. I'm only just now discovering that it works. So now I'm gonna look for more things to see if I can find it in other widths. So let me get some foil here. Maybe I have a wacky idea, so I'm going to use purple foil. So when I did this onto cardstock, it did tear, it did peel my cardstock. So it is important that you use the Spellbinders Glimmer specialty paper, or something else that's equally synthetic, because it is not fibrous and it doesn't have sort of those natural wood pulp fibers. The tape won't stick to it as badly. So that's why the Glimmer specialty paper is important. Okay, so I've got my foil, and so 3 lines up. Yeah, 3 lines up is about where I want the bottom of my tape to be. So let's get this set here. I think that's going to be about, that's going to be close. Okay, I don't want to mess with that too much. Let's just hope for the best. Meanwhile, let me show you some examples while that's going. So the first time I tried this, as I mentioned, it tore my cardstock, but the Spellbinders specialty glimmer paper, perfect, really smooth. This one, really lovely. And of course, you still get, your remnant in full, no gaps. So I've got a lot of that, because I tried it twice onto cardstock just to see if it was, maybe that first one was a fluke and maybe it would work after all, but no, it doesn't. Don't use cardstock, at least not hammer mill, because that's what I've tried to use and it did not work. And all right, so let's see how this does. I know it's gonna work, I just don't know if I've positioned it correctly. Actually, I've actually never tried it with a Better Press plate. But Better Press plates foil just as well as a glimmer plate does, so. All right. Okay, so let's see what happens. Look at that. Oh, how cool is that? All right. Let's see how I did lining this up. All right, so this is why I like wrapping the tape around to the back, so that you really have a nice place to start peeling back. Now you don't want to just rip it. You still want to take it slow and steady. Oh, I think I did a pretty good job. Look at that. And then there we have it. So you have a perfectly masked off area here if you were going for, say, a maybe something that is a more flat card. But here's the fun part. So now that you have this washi, you can do fun things like I can put, a little bit of a foil onto some pattern paper if I want. Let's see. I could put this onto, say, glitter cardstock and have this be foiled. So, I mean, normally you wouldn't really be able, some glitter cardstock does foil, but really not, I don't think this one would. It has a lot of texture to it. So usually like smoother substrates foil better. But check that out. So, I mean, I think the possibilities are endless. And I'm going to definitely look at, glimmer plates and hot foil, better press plates a little bit differently now to see, what would make for a really fun, interesting strip pattern. Because I think that's going to be kind of neat. Okay, so here are a couple of ways that I've used these washi, foiled washi strips that I'm making. So I liked how the snowman looked on top of that glitter cardstock. So what I did here was I just put my tape over glitter, and it's the same glitter as what I die cut Smile out of, but you can kind of see it's got that glossy shine, plus it's got the lovely foil to it. And because I inlaid it right back where it was originally foiled, it makes for a seamless design, but it's got that interesting change in the glitter look and texture. But interestingly, if you know people who might have an aversion to glitter, this applying washi over it really, or this tape, this heat resistant tape, really encapsulates the glitter. And so that might be a nice way to really almost like seal that off. So I love how that turned out. This is part of my flip of the Spellbinders Club kits. And then on this little, I'm doing a Memory Decks series of the Spellbinders Advent Calendar, and I just used an accent strip right across the bottom. So I just love that this tape is so crystal clear. So it really just looks like I glittered a nice little strip down here, but that's just my tape, and I just wrapped it around right to the back. So I just can't wait to just play with these even more, go through my stash of glimmer plates and better press plates just to see what I think might work well. In the time that I between recording that first section and now, I did find a 2-inch wide heat resistant tape, and I've ordered that. So I'm gonna be playing with this technique a lot more, and I think with something that's 2 inches wide, that's gonna give you a lot of design on a single band. So I'm really interested to play with that once it arrives. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you like this technique. I hope you try it, and I'll leave links to everything in the description box below. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.